It'd be heartbreaking for a parent to watch a child become a drug addict. And while you might think that'll never happen, it can and does to many families. Jade Lewis had everything to live for. Young, attractive, a champion athlete who could have gone to the Olympics. But she very nearly threw her life away, becoming addicted to heroin. Luckily, this Perth mum survived for a date with destiny.
Jade, the interview is being videoed. And the reason why that's being videoed is for your safety and ours.
I didn't care if I was killing myself. I was an addict. I needed my drugs to live day by day, and that was the bottom line.
We knew exactly what she was doing. She was stealing, she was shooting up, she was doing everything wrong, but we didn't know what to do.
You've kind of come to the point that there was nothing we could do. All we could do at the end of the day was keep her alive.
When Jade Lewis began high school, she dreamt of being an Olympian. By the time she was 19, she was running the race of her life just to stay alive. Her future, full of promise, had dissolved into the seedy world of heroin addiction.
You took them from your parents?
I took them from my parents.
What I need to ask you, did you steal any of the stuff?
No, I did not take it.
Jade is lying.
Do you know anyone that did steal it?
No.
Her life was spiralling out of control. To feed her addiction, the teenager turned to crime, stealing hundreds of dollars worth of goods every day from shops around Perth.
My dad took me to the police station, and I realised going there that I had two paths in life that I could choose from, and I could either go to jail or I was either going to end up dead.
It's hard to imagine how this could happen to a girl like Jade. The shocking reality is, it could happen to anyone. At 16, Jade was a state champion athlete, house captain at her private school, and had devoted parents.
Jade had a really good upbringing. Parents who loved her, family loved her.
But when Jade gave up athletics in Year 11 to concentrate on schoolwork, she started to hang out with a different crowd, and things quickly changed.
When I was in Year 12, my family were getting quite concerned for where my life was headed. They knew that I was smoking marijuana. They knew that I was going to rave parties.
Marijuana led to speed, and when speed was hard to get, Jade tried a drug she vowed she'd never touch: heroin. Within 2 years, Jade the athlete had become Jade the junkie.
They become very good liars, and you believe them all the time, and believe in hope, I think, a lot of the time.
I rang up one helpline for Jade or for myself, and they just said kick her out.
As a parent, you can't stop your kids from doing it. They're going to do what they're going to do. And for me, I was so lost and I was so hurt and I was so desperate for new direction.
Jade even went so low as to shoot up in the bedroom of her parents' home. Her mother found her passed out with a needle in her arm.
But I remember getting the heroin, coming home and going into my room and using it. And then my mum had come in to see, you know, what was happening, and that's what she had to deal with.
Her father walked around the pool for about 2 hours to keep her coherent.
How far would have you gone to get a hit?
Stealing whatever you can.
How much did this habit cost you?
On a good day, if I had got a lot of cash, probably $300 to $500.
A day?
A day.
Life got even harder for Jade's family when she became involved with a violent boyfriend, also a heroin addict.
We had bricks thrown through our window at night time. You know, and the bricks landed on it, and they weren't bricks, they were like this size, landed on our bedboard, and I was in bed asleep.
Jade stealing to support her habit, in a strange way, turned out to be her saviour. When the police came to her door to charge her, she realised once and for all she had to do something to change her life.
But my name is Jade, and I work alongside an organisation called Teen Challenge.
She had tried rehab in Perth and failed, but this time she went to Teen Challenge, a drug and alcohol centre 800 kilometres from Perth. 3 long years later, she emerged with a mission to warn young people against drugs.
And what we do at Teen Challenge is rescue young people from the drug scene. I was a young person who decided to experiment with drugs, but realised that after a number of years of using drugs destroyed my life.
I thought it was really good. She was really informative. Definitely after hearing her story, I won't do drugs.
I thought she was an inspiration to all of us.
To meet her today, it's hard to believe that Jade's life was so nearly destroyed by drug addiction. She's the picture of health, happily married, and has a baby girl, Annalie, with her husband Tristan.
You have a drug problem and you're looking for some help, is that right?
Her fix these days is helping to mend young people's lives being destroyed by heroin.
And even if it's so that I can save one person from going down the same path as me, then I know that I'm fulfilled.
Her book Golden Haze, Jade's story about her battle with drugs, is in school libraries around Australia. And her work with young people won her a place as a finalist in the Western Australian Young Person of the Year award. For her parents, it's a very different Jade from the days when she was fighting heroin addiction.
We never gave up on Jade, you know, we always had trust and faith in her that she'd pull through it. You know, what she's doing now, it's great, you know, like with the book and the family and the way she is with Tristan, married. I mean, she's just like a normal person again, which is where we always wanted her to be at this age.
I can't change my past. I can't change the choices that I've made. I can't change the fact that I've hurt people, that I've stolen from people, that I've ruined my own dreams that I had as a young person. But one thing that I do know is that I can change my future.
For more info on Jade, again, see our website 7perth.com.au.